At low tide, anyone coming into Portsmouth on a cross-channel ferry can see it, the ghostly outline of a long-sunken ship. But no one knew of its real significance and that of another wreck nearby until researchers started digging into their history. The Maritime Archaeology Trust discovered they are V44 and V82. They're not sure which is which, both destroyers of the German High Seas Fleet. One fought at Jutland, and when war ended, both were seized and brought to Portsmouth to be used for target practice.
Most of these things disappear. You know, they're broken up for scrap, they're taken away, they're buried, whatever, and there's not usually anything there. Sort of to find them still sticking out the mud in plain sight of everybody, that was quite amazing to see, because you really don't expect that. You can see the bow, there's a couple of boilers, the old bridge area of the ship, really, really prominent.
Jutland was Germany's attempt to challenge the Royal Navy's supremacy of the sea and break a blockade of German ports, which was affecting the country's ability to fight.
Britain's fleet allows a total comprehensive blockade of Germany in the First World War. And over time, what this does is starve Germany of priceless vital resources, food, nitrates that they need for fertilizer and for high explosives. The German Navy has to change that dynamic in order to stand a chance of winning the war. Their attempt to do that is at the Battle of Jutland, when they try and defeat the Royal Navy and break that blockade. They fail to do so. The blockade continues, and as a consequence, Germany is at its knees, on its knees really, by 1918.
There were 150 Royal Navy ships at Jutland, and each carried a number of smaller craft. This was one of them, not worthy of a name at the time, just a number. This was motorboat 436. She's now called Atta and is Chris Ashton's pride and joy. He keeps her on the River Thames at Marlow, where she leads a life of leisure, but 100 years ago she was hard at work, attached to the cruiser HMS Royalist.
There's no radio as such, there's no connections between the ships, it's all semaphore. So the captains had to go between battleships to talk to each other. So that's what she was designed for, really.
After the war, most boats like this were sunk or scrapped, but MB 436 survived and remains in remarkably good condition.
I treat her with care. She's long and thin, she's 30 foot, she's only 6 feet wide, and she cuts through the water unbelievably well. She's a beautifully designed boat, you know, beautiful. And the craftsman that built her for a reason, and that's going fast through water. And she still does that. Not around here, I will add, but when we go out a little to the open Thames, it's fine.
Back in Portsmouth, the hunt is on for another World War I veteran, which is rumoured to be hidden in the harbour's depths.
Somewhere out there is we think anyway, is a German U-boat from the war. But yeah, we're still looking for that, so watch this space.
Forgotten battleships, a loved and cared for motorboat, and maybe even a hidden submarine. All took part in the First World War. Some survived Jutland, the biggest battle in naval history. Richard Jones, ITV News.